All right, so we're gonna do a little Q&A now for the Mavic Pro. Mike's gonna ask me questions. I don't know what the questions are, and apparently I'm gonna answer them. So, Mike?
So, dude, since we almost ran into a bird today, are you ever worried that a bird's gonna attack the drone?
Yes, I'm very worried that a bird is going to attack the drone. When we were flying down in Newport Beach, we had seagulls dive bombing one of my drones, and just now we had a big eagle attacking, like coming near it, like seeing what it was. So I definitely think birds do pose a threat. If they attacked it, it'd definitely take out the drone.
Any difference between this one, or do you think like this one and the last one that you owned? I don't know the name of it, but the difference between the two, do you think a bird's more susceptible to attacking this one or the other one?
I don't know, maybe because the look of this one's black and the last one I had was the Phantom 3 is white. So last time I had the Phantom 3, seagulls were dive bombing it, and this one was black and the eagle was dive bombing it. I don't know if the color makes a difference. There's no seagulls here, so I wouldn't be able to tell you that, but I'm sure that like maybe the drone, the white one looked like another type of seagull or like a pigeon or something, so the seagulls didn't like it. I don't know. Or the sound just drives birds crazy. It's one of the two.
Oh, you know what, dude? We travel a lot together, and that drone is strapped to your back everywhere we go. So, is it going to allow you to carry? I mean, you're a camera guy. You're going to carry more camera equipment now, like because you have a smaller drone.
So yeah. So I think what's going to happen is that having a smaller drone allows me to carry different backpacks. Like the one I have on now is one of my favorite camera backpacks, and it can't fit a drone, but it can fit the Mavic. So, now I can carry, the stuff I want to carry at this backpack. But when we're traveling, I think, it's going to allow me to bring more stuff, because usually I'll bring the drone, camera, some lenses, GoPro. But now instead of having just a bag for a drone when I'm on the plane, that bag can now have something else in it. So I'll probably bring like my stabilizer for this camera, so that when we're shooting like hotels or we're shooting like, adventures, we can have not only the drone, but now we have a stabilizer that we can get some really cool shots with. It's just going to allow me to bring more gear. And sometimes I just need less gear. So like if we're hiking, like right now, I don't want a big backpack. I don't want a ton of gear with me. I want this camera and I want the drone. And that definitely, having the small drone makes that, easier to do.
Yeah, I'm the kind of guy, honestly, dude, I don't know what you're like, but I know how much that camera equipment costs, dude. Do you ever feel like with the old drone or anything like that, you're susceptible to theft or being like, robbed because you have a big camera backpack on?
With the old drone for sure, because my camera bag was huge, and it definitely just looks like I have something big in there. Even the last backpack I just got for the Phantom 3, which was much more sleek, I still felt like a moving target in certain areas. Now, which is good in situations, like I don't want to put myself in a situation where I feel sketched out, but there's obviously places you go, you travel, you don't want to show you a bunch of gear. So I might be taking a GoPro with me to do vlogs, and I'll probably throw the Mavic in like just a normal backpack, and then nobody would know like what's in there. It just looks like we're shooting with a little GoPro and that's it. So I think there's time and place that this is definitely going to help with feeling comfortable when you're traveling, just because it's smaller.
And do you think that because it's smaller, you're going to be able to shoot more locations and do more things with it?
Yeah, definitely. Because the other thing is this drone, like you take it out, you unfold it, and you connect it, and like within seconds it's ready to fly. So the Phantom 3, it took a while to connect. It's just bigger. It took a little bit. It still wasn't like that much work to get it out and going, but I think this is so much easier. I could just pop it out, fly it real quick, fly for 5 minutes, get a really cool shot, and move on. I think there'll definitely be more situations that I'm going to fly with this drone than I would with, the Phantom 3.
And going from the Phantom 3 to this one, transition easy or same thing?
The handling of this one's a little different. The controller's a little different. I do like the fact that the joysticks are a little more stiff, and it's more responsive. I mean, it's just more responsive drone overall. So I do think the transition is easy from the Phantom 3 to this. I think there is a little bit of a learning curve because it is a little different, but in the grand scheme of things, you're going to pick it up and start flying right away, and you're gonna, within a few minutes, you'll feel comfortable flying this.
Question, I'm not a drone guy, so if not being the camera guy, is it better for me to go Phantom and then to this, or just jump into this one?
I think if you have not flown a drone before, and you're looking for your first drone, I would say go right to this one. I don't think you need to fly one of the previous models. I've flown the Phantom 2, Phantom 3. I never got the 4 just because I, was fine with the 3, but this one is definitely the biggest improvement I've seen out of any drone. Just size, everything, the controller, how it works. But yeah, I mean, this has so much more automation and so many more features that it's definitely the better drone to like get into. So if you want to start flying, go for this. I mean, you can't go wrong with it.
Did you say? I mean, I've had this one up close to my face, and I've had the Phantom up close to my face. It seems that this one's quieter.
This one's much quieter. I can tell a big difference. So I don't feel like as soon as you get up, you could tell it's lighter. It doesn't have to use as much power to get itself up and going. So it's definitely quieter. And the big thing is, especially for beginners, if you're a beginner, big thing is those front sensors and bottom sensors. Like as soon as you get near something, it stops you, so you can't hit something front on. It works really well. Every time I've flown it straight at my face and it hasn't hit me, so that's a good sign.
Dollar for dollar, is it worth it?
Yeah, definitely worth it. It's the best drone on the market, I think. So definitely dollar for dollar. It's a good one.
With all the options.
Yep, with everything. Make sure you subscribe. If you want to do a fitness challenge, you should probably check his out. It's called Earn Your Thanksgiving. So earnyourthanksgiving.com. We're up here shooting a little bit for it. And so subscribe to my channel, subscribe to his, check out his workouts, find us on Instagram, etc., etc., etc. All the links are below. All right, guys, see you next one.